Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're going to unbox Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Now this says it's a 2-player starter set, but interestingly, this is a game that is actually 1 player. If you see here in the back, it takes 60 to 120 minutes, but it's 1 and 2+ players more. Now this is a game that's going to have different factions, different bits and pieces coming out for, like, say, I believe it's going to have the Brotherhood of Steel, it's going to have possibly the Railroad, it's going to have robots, it's going to have possibly other Fallout Wasteland survivors. There's a whole heap of different things coming out for this game, so there's a lot of plans for it. But it looks brilliant. Anyway, apparently the box art is absolutely gorgeous. It's got the female protagonist, and the whole box on every aspect is very, very pretty. So I'm going to open it up. Now, as far as I know, there's 2 types of course sets. There's a figures with the plastic and figures with resin. As far as I know, this is the plastic figures, which I generally tend to prefer because it's just easier to work with. Resin can be quite brittle if you don't take care of it properly. So opening up the package for the very first time, we have, sorry, just sliding it off. She's nice and sealed tight. So the first thing that greets us is getting acclimated. So, initial know-how for Wasteland survival by James Sheehan. So, oh, this looks like a quick start guide. So we have finding your feet, your special, going through the range, up close and personal, new best friends. So for a quick start guide, it's nice and short. So that's a very good thing anyway, that you can jump straight into it. So we'll put that aside. We have plenty of Poncho tokens here. Now, as you can see from the different colors, they have different range rulers. So I'm guessing it'll tell you very quickly if you're within range of a character, you use the green measurement stick. If you're in range of blue or red or yellow, there could even be movement figures. We have another token here. We've lots of exclamation tokens. We have luck tokens, double damage, single damage. Now the fact that there's double damage is interesting. I'll just give you a closer up look at that. So we have double damage tokens. We have those tokens, I'm not quite sure what they represent. We have luck tokens, normal damage tokens, blank tokens, a whole load of numbers. We have tool tokens, lock boxes. We have keyhole tokens. We have a whole load of fighting commando tokens. So there's a whole series of those ones up there. So I'm going to put that aside. We have another big sheet of tokens. We have all the other letters of the alphabet. We have, looks like a helmet +1, so it's probably armor or shield. We have plenty of spanner tokens. We have, looks like a search token, looks like kind of tech token, unlocking things, so there could be a nice bit of role play in this. Poison tokens. We have more luck tokens. We have plenty of C tokens, which I'll give you a close up here if I can. So it looks like that these could be caps or charisma or anything like that. You also have specific vault number tokens, ammo tokens, flame tokens, lightning tokens, snow tokens, and other number tokens. So that's the other punch out sheet. Now we have here what looks like, a fold out ground. So it's just paper, unfortunately, but it's long and rectangular. So it's going to look like a bit of a mess, but scrolling up along the entire wasteland, that's the map you have. So it folds into basically a quarter of the box times 8. So it's quite nice, and there's actually 2 of them in there. Now that is impressive. So I guess it means that the campaign moves on or something like that, but I'm actually quite impressed with that, because normally they just throw in 1 and that is it. So this one's much more of a kind of a desolate wasteland. It's just 1 road and rocks. So I suppose that could be, if you're traveling from one place to another, that's where skirmishes and things take place. So putting that aside, we have the Wasteland Warfare book. Now, I'm a very big Fallout fan, but what I actually quite like about that is it looks like one of the magazines you'd find in the computer game. It is the same kind of art style, the same kind of writing, and even the kind of the artwork in the front. So kudos for them on that. That's a lovely bit of presentation. We have playing in the world of Fallout, assembling your models. Now, okay, that must be just for the resin section because I don't have any resin models, or I shouldn't have. We'll find out in a second. No, they're all in one piece. They're all plastic. So if you do get the resin kit, you needn't worry if you have the core set because they will at least explain how to do that. Painting your models, now that's impressive. I'm glad that they got that. Now it doesn't say what type of tone, but it does give kind of general, like say here now we've got leather brown, monster brown, plate mail metal. It doesn't. It's the army painter set that it refers to. So I'll just show it here. This is the brand that they're looking for if you want to paint these models. Now I generally have Warhammer figures myself, but there is kind of comparison guides. So if you have a load of GW paints and you're looking at an army model painter guide, you can get basically leather brown would probably be Rhinox hide in GW. You can find all these graphs online that'll help you with the painting anyway, but it is a nice step-by-step. So that's one of the reasons I wanted this game as well, is just to get the to have fun painting the models. You have fully equipped, leaving the vault. You know, I like that. There's nice kind of little artwork. It gives the whole leaving the vault kind of aesthetic to the whole game. You have color ranges, special attributes, skill tests, game structure, units and models, action move. So yep, as you can see, the range rulers here. It goes into all kinds of different bits and pieces, armor, action charge. It seems quite complicated actually. Searching the Wasteland, so there's nothing yet about campaign, but that's actually quite interesting, searching the Wasteland. So I presume that's what all those tokens were beforehand. Ready for action, so you've got things like battle cry, terrain, probably going along the similar rules like general kind of miniature war games. Action prepare, the tools of war, I presume it'll go over all your weapons. Action throw, so I suppose you have grenades, you have power armor, advanced weapons, conditions, Wasteland heroes, advanced units and models, luck, which is interesting, and critical attacks. So I like the fact that there's a luck in it. Now we also have an index of actions, which goes through all the symbols, and an index, thank God, along with a quick reference guide, and another quick reference guide on the rear. Now we have here a campaign handbook. Now she's nice and thick. She's not very, very thick, but obviously just thrown in. So she's nice and thick. Looking at it, we got into the Wasteland, against the Wasteland, settling down scenarios and tutorial scenarios. So we have against the Wasteland, we have a nice solo co-op mode. So this is one of the things that I'm looking forward to in this game, is kind of seeing how they get the AI aspect, how you can kind of play it yourself. Activating A1 models, lots of different things here. To be honest with you, there's too much there to kind of, the video would only take forever if I did it. So let's get on to other aspects. We got baggies, lots of them, which is a nice little touch, fair play to them. And the miniatures. So what I'll do is I'll show people these one by one. So this is the first miniature. It's of a very good quality. He looks like he's got a shotgun, and he looks like a slave actually. If you remember the costume from the downloadable content, the Pit in Fallout 3, he's dressed like one of those characters. The plastic and the base is quite nice as well, so there's a lot of detail there. You don't have to kind of do much scratch build. We have another person here, just looks like a generic Wastelander, I think. He's got a hoodie. He could be a raider or something like that, but the detail in all of them is very good, in fairness. We have a female Wastelander here, and nice detail all the way around, as you can see. That looks like a lantern. She could be railroad or something, but No, kind of, and it looks like she has a sniper action rifle, something like that. We have, of course, Dogmeat, which is in beautiful detail. In fairness now, the miniatures are top notch. We have, of course, the female protagonist, and she's got 2 weapons, which is pretty cool. Nice little action pose for her, standing on Wasteland. So it'll be fun painting that in a blue Fallout vault suit. And we have, of course, Brotherhood of Steel, who I have to say I am well impressed. Now this is a fantastic looking figure. Now, unfortunately, his weapon's a bit bent, but you can do with things with plastic. You can heat and cool it to bend it back slightly. But otherwise, this miniature is in superb quality. Now, the other handy thing, of course, is the other faction, which is the Super Mutants, come in a different color. So you can play them straight out of the box if you never ever want to paint them. But why wouldn't you want to do that? Because, you know, these miniature qualities are actually superb. We have another Super Mutant here with a sledgehammer, which I'm sure he likes the whole MC Hammer, it's hammer time. But the quality is superb. You can see the musculature, even coming down here under the ribs, everything is done to a superb degree. And they're nice and big as well. You have the Mutant Hound, which just looks amazing as well. The same thing, that there was no detail spared. This, I have to say, is superb quality, and it's all one piece. Now, just to give you an idea of the scale of the figures, you have a Super Mutant here, and you have a Wastelander here. Not quite to scale in the computer game, but they're still bigger, in fairness. I'll show it here on the other camera, might be a little bit better. It's still slightly bigger. Not that it makes much of a difference, but enough to notice and to be impressed by it. Now we have another Mutant Hound. We have a Super Mutant, which looks like he has a combat shotgun, and same detail all around. Superb work in this, in fairness. We have an alien. Well, that's very strange. We have one of the aliens in this, so I guess there must be, spoiler alert, I guess, there must be kind of something here where you can get the X-ray weapon, or the alien ray gun in the campaign, which from what I remember in the computer game was an exceptional weapon. And of course we have the pièce de résistance here, if I can get him out. And we have the Death Claw. Now the Death Claw, again, looks very nice. Musculature everywhere, so there's a lot you can do. Some little bit of mold lining, but you know, that is absolutely forgivable because the rest of the set has been absolutely amazing. In fairness now, the quality of the miniatures is first rate. This alone has been, you even have a tire. Yeah, just exceptional work there in the miniatures from these people. We have dice. We have 1, 2 blue, 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 black, 1 white. They all seem multi-sided, but we have minus numbers on some of them. So just let's have a quick look at the dice. We have, on the green dice, we have what looks like a hit, but -1, -2, -3, and I presume a shield knocking thing. I'll just show them here too. So this is the shield shatter, -3, -1, a Nuka-Cola bottle. We have the blue dice, we have a nuclear sign, we have a Nuka-Cola bottle, and a star, which 2 Nuka-Cola bottles, so this must be kind of a special effects dice. We have a standard red dice, but it has doubles. From what I can see, 4 is the highest number on this one, so the mechanics of this must be interesting. You have another, well, it looks like a 20-side die, but it doesn't have 20 numbers on it. It's got all different symbols like X and 1 and exclamation mark, and what looks like a hit and an X, and so it must be a complicated enough game, I'd say. We have another yellow dice here with shields, Nuka-Cola bottle, 2 shields, gunshot, blank, and a -1. And finally, we have the black dice, which has 2 hits, a big hit, Coca-Cola bottle, 2 hits. So interesting. I suppose there's different types of dice for different types of weapons, like say scatter, things like that. Now we have 2 sets of cards here, so we might as well start with 1 set. And the very first thing that greets me is Alien. So the Alien was not something I was expecting to get in this game, but I'm already intrigued by it. So just opening up the card for the Alien. We have Alien, Sole Survivor, Settler. So this is our Alien now. As you can see, there's a lot of stats in it. Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, Luck. So I'm guessing that's why there was so much in the dice, that there is, thanks to the special, which is the famous roleplay aspect to Fallout, that there's a lot more to it than just the normal hit-miss aspects. So we have the Sole Survivor. We have more Sole Survivor. We have Enslaved Tech. So that's the guy from the pit that I was talking about. So we have Dogmeat, of course. Now these seem to be designated survivors, actually. So Enslaved Tech is a survivor, Dogmeat is a survivor. Super Mutant Hound, Super Mutant Brute, Deathclaw doesn't seem to belong to any faction, so I'm guessing he's just a hazard. You have an Aspirant Goddard, Brotherhood of Steel. So maybe there's more to the campaign than we thought. So these are, I'm not sure what these are, but I guess they're quick reference guides to all the different characters. And we have what looks like a cheat sheet. Yep, AI responses in attack. So, this must be the behavior patterns for the miniatures as you play the game. And finally, there's 1 deck of cards, which is huge. So we'll just open this real quickly. So taking this out of the box, and I'm after making a big mess here with all these cards and things. So I'll try and tidy it up a tiny bit. We have here heroic cards, which have a whole load of symbols on the back. Another heroic with a load of symbols on the back. Handy Deliverer Part 2. Pick up the goods. Oh, these must be story cards, I'd say. It says picking up the trail, the thief's trail. So there is a nice handful of story cards here. I'd say at least 10. You have Explorer cards, which seem to be recent campfire, unexpected presence at the refinery. So I'm guessing these are different scenarios that happen as you're playing the game. You have event cards. So that's quite interesting, actually. The fact that there's event cards means that there must be a nice, as well as being a miniatures war game, that there's a proper story to it, or that there's a kind of a random scenario or campaign that you go through. We have leader cards here. Wasteland Searcher, Warden. I'm guessing these are perks. Oh no, well, leader are different. Perks are different ones, like Local Leader, Nerd Rage, Mysterious Stranger, all from the computer game. You have danger cards, which I guess is, I suppose if you're getting ambushed on a campaign, because they're all different things like radiation or different creatures, whatnot. We have a boost card, which looks like in sync and tougher than it looks. So I'm guessing boost cards must be probably if you took random drugs, maybe these come in, the way that there's things like Jet and Buffwood and whatnot. And we have a whole load of item cards, which are different stats. So T60 Power Armor, I'll show you the interesting. T60 Power Armor seems to have a whole load of stats. Now, it seems to be double-sided for some strange reason, or maybe I'm holding it upside down. But actually, that maybe it's so that the person at the other side of the table can see what's what, or maybe there's a damaged and undamaged part to the power armor. So you flip the card over to the other side. Interesting, nice way of kind of doubling up the cards. So we have Buff Out, Mentats, Jet, all the drugs, Psycho, Bourbon, all the stuff I was talking about. And the rest of the deck are all item cards. Finishing, of course, with the hunting rifle. So, can't say I'm mad about the actual hunting rifle card. It could be, I don't know, you could kind of doll it up, but I suppose there's a lot of information there, so you can't clutter it up too much with a nice big hunting rifle or great artwork. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the game. There's nothing underneath. You get a lot in it, and the fact that even though it's a two-player starter set, the fact that there's a solo player aspect to the game, I do like, because, you know, one of the problems with these games is that you'll get a couple of people who love it and some people who just, they'll never get anyone to play it with. So you're at least guaranteed some value for your money, the fact that there is a solo player aspect to the game. So this is Sean from The Lucky Roll. Thanks for viewing this unboxing. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, good luck and God bless.